Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another masterclass. I know you guys have been loving the masterclass videos, but I'm not doing loads and loads of this because I'm trying to look for recipes that are really special to me and recipes that I can actually share some tricks and tips to make it amazing and simplify it for you. So which is why I'm doing it slowly, one recipe at a time, as and when I think this is the right recipe for it. So I hope you'll enjoy this recipe as well. I have chosen one of my favorites. All of them are one of my favorites. You know by that. You know that by now. Chicken tikka masala. I love a good chicken curry, and chicken tikka masala is just absolutely delicious chicken curry. And throughout the video, I'm going to share tips to make it simpler, to give you tips that will make your dish really give it that another level of flavor and make it extra special for you. So let's get cooking. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell button, and I'm so excited to share this with you. In this video, not only will I share the tips for chicken tikka masala, how to make it perfect and get it better every time, but I'm also going to share a little bit of history about the chicken tikka masala, or whatever little I know of it. And I hope you will find that very interesting. So keep watching. This is a recipe that is kind of made with chicken thighs or chicken legs, and it's mostly uses boneless chicken. And as much as I love chicken on the bone, all my recipes are with chicken on the bone. This one really is one with chicken, boneless chicken, because it's the chicken tikka. And now chicken tikka is usually the chicken which is marinated with amazing flavors, and then it's cooked on skewers, either in the tandoor, mostly traditionally in the tandoor, in our case in the oven. But today I'm going to make it in the pan, and I'll tell you why I'm doing that. Anyway, so I'm using 12 chicken thighs, skinless and boneless, and I'm using 12. I'm cooking for 4, but it's something we love so much that I usually make a bit extra, and usually I would use 6 to 8 chicken thighs for a meal, but I'm using 12 so that I can get at least 2 meals out of it. So yeah, I have got the skinless chicken thighs prepped, and now I'm just going to chop them up into bite-sized pieces and then add in all the amazing flavors in the chicken. So here is the chicken, which I have chopped up into, as you can see, bite-sized pieces. So that is all the chicken thighs in a bowl. Now it's time to add amazing flavors to this. This recipe, you have to remember one thing, many things, but one of the things to remember in this recipe is the use of ginger and garlic, which is a lot of it is used in this recipe. So I'm using a whole bulb of garlic, around at least 12 to 14 cloves of garlic, and a big piece of ginger, and I'm just going to finely chop it up, and I'm going to use it at different stages in the recipe, but I'm prepping it together so then I don't have to keep doing it again and again, and then I will tell you how much to add at each stage. The first thing to do is heat some oil for the marinade. I'm using mustard oil. If you're not comfortable using mustard oil, you can just use sunflower oil or rapeseed oil. So I need a good 4 to 5 tablespoons of mustard oil, and I'm just going to heat it until it becomes smoky. Okay, you can see that the oil has become smoky. That's when we turn the heat off and give it 2 minutes before I add all the rest of the stuff to this. Just going to transfer it to a bowl in which I'll mix everything up. Okay guys, buckle up. Spices going in. So 2 teaspoons of Kashmiri chili powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of ground cumin, a teaspoon of garam masala. Just getting a tablespoon of dried fenugreek leaves, and just gonna crush them up a bit more. Chop 1 chili. You can add chili according to taste. These are quite hot, but I want that heat in the tikka masala. And now here I have got all the garlic and ginger chopped. Right now I'm just going to add a couple of tablespoons to this mix. And now one of the most important things is the yogurt. So I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of yogurt. I'm just using natural yogurt, that's it. Oops. All that's left to do is mix it up. Oh, look at that. Whoa. And just by looking at this, you would know that this is going to be a fabulous, fabulous recipe. Delicious. So there is our marinade. Here is our chicken. I'm just going to add all of this to the chicken and make sure that all the chicken is coated really well with the marinade. This is the chicken ready and sitting in the marinade. Another tip, if you can, please remember to marinate this overnight. Cover it with a plate, with a lid, whatever you want to cover it with, and let it sit in the fridge overnight. That is going to give it time to really sit in those amazing flavors. Imagine how much stuff we've added to this chicken, and that's going to give it time to slowly absorb it. Obviously, like myself, you might not have remembered to do it, or you've decided like me this morning that today I'm going to make chicken tikka masala. So obviously I haven't got that overnight time to marinate, which is fine. So I'm going to let this, you could let it sit for, even if you can give it an hour, is better than nothing. And in that hour, we're going to prepare the sauce. Now the sauce is not going to take an hour, but actually close to an hour, half an hour, 40 minutes. And that is going to give us time and we can get started on the lovely gravy, curry, sauce, whatever you want to call it. Let's call it curry. Yeah. So we're going to start on the curry in the meantime. Bringing out my trusted kadhai. I haven't cooked in this since I made that lovely chicken curry for the YouTube. So I brought it back and I'm going to make the curry in this. Couple of tablespoons of sunflower oil, and I'm just going to roughly chop 2 onions. Once this is hot, I'm going to add 3 to 4 bay leaves, 4 to 5 cloves of green cardamom, 5 to 6 just cloves, and also a teaspoon of cumin seeds, and let it sizzle for a minute. Okay, next goes in the chopped onions. Now these don't need browning. I'm just going to cook this for just 5 minutes. While the onions are cooking, I'm going to prep 4 tomatoes. So it's been 5 minutes. You can see they have softened. They haven't got any color, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Next, I'm just going to add 2 tablespoons of our garlic and ginger chopped up. Give it a minute. Also a good time to add a couple of green chilies. This one is going to be nice and spicy. Now throwing in around 20 cashew nuts, just whole. Now go in the chilies and the tomatoes. Just a splash of water, like a 50 ml, not loads. And now this is going to cook on medium heat, covered for a good 15-20 minutes. I'm going to put a timer for 20 minutes. My friends, It's been 20 minutes exactly. My timer has gone off. Let's see. Oh, fabulous. Fabulous. Look at that. So tomatoes have really kind of mushed up, which is what we're looking for. The onions have softened up completely. What I'm going to do is turn the heat off, let it cool down for 5 minutes before I blitz it up. So while this is cooling down for 5-10 minutes, I'm going to move on with the chicken, and I'm going to use a nice big flat pan so I can cook the chicken in this. It's time for cooking the chicken. So now there are many ways to cook the chicken. One of the ways is that you can put this chicken in skewers, and if once the weather has brightened up, it's not really, it's grey and cold still in the UK. So once the weather is brightened up, you started using a barbecue, or if you are lucky enough to have a tandoor, so you can put it on the skewer and cook it on fire. But if you want, in my previous recipe videos, I have cooked the chicken, just place it on a baking tray, baking tin actually, because it releases a lot of liquid, so in the tray it will just fall down. You can cook it at 200°C for around 15-20 minutes, and that's going to be perfectly done. But today I'm showing you the pan version, and I'll tell you the reason for it. So nice hot pan, I'm going to get some oil in here, just 2 to 3 tablespoons, and once that is hot, I'm going to get on with cooking the chicken. We just want to basically seal the chicken and also get a tiniest bit of color if possible. So this shouldn't take very long. Keep the heat really high and cook this for around 5 minutes on each side. It will cook more in the gravy once we've done this bit. I'm actually going to move it on the higher heat, so it gets more heat. That's much better. And after 5 minutes, just turn it over. And now this is ready to come out. So I'm just going to take it out in a bowl. Kids shouting in another room. Try and ignore them. Talking about chicken tikka masala. Tikka masala is the right way to say it. You know, listening to tikka masala, I started saying tikka masala. It's tikka masala, chicken tikka masala. Some say that it's not an Indian dish, and it's not something that was created in India. In fact, it is a dish that was created here in the UK, and there are some rumors that there was a chef in Glasgow, Scotland, who had some kind of chicken tikka left after a service, and he wanted to kind of use it up, so he made a sauce of tinned tomato soup and created a gravy with that, a curry with that, and added the tikka to it. Some say that the customers asked for something and then he created this chicken tikka masala. So it's really interesting, but there are other chefs in the UK who claim that they are the ones who created this amazing dish. So I have no idea, you know, what is the actual truth, but these are things that I have learned once I moved to the UK. Another interesting thing is, few years ago, a minister here in the UK declared chicken tikka masala a national dish, and it's one of the most famous takeaway curries in the UK. Isn't that really interesting? To be extremely honest, the butter chicken, which was created in India, is really quite similar to chicken tikka masala. The difference, one of the differences, is that butter chicken is made with tandoori chicken. So it could be chicken on the bone, it could be any part of the chicken that is cooked in the tandoor. And that was also, rumor has it, was created to use up leftover tandoori chicken. So it's quite interesting how things or recipes have been created over the years and where they are now. Now you can find so many variations of chicken tikka masala, butter chicken. The other day I saw a chef, not an Indian chef, here in the UK, use coconut milk in chicken tikka masala, and I was like, no! I was crying inside. Nothing wrong in mixing up. I do that to other recipes all the time. But all I'm saying is, don't call it chicken tikka masala, because you cannot have coconut milk in a chicken tikka masala. You can just call it chicken tikka coconut masala. I don't know. Come up with something. But yeah. Anyways, hope you found that interesting. I'm going to get back to the cooking now. Now we are at the stage that the chicken has been cooked, and there is this amazing flavored oil left in this pan. And this is the reason I'm using the pan today, because the next stage of cooking I'm going to do in this pan and use up this absolutely flavorful oil and not waste it. Finally chop one onion. Originally the chicken tikka masala would only have that tomato gravy. I think over the years, people like me, before me, and it's not going to stop at this generation. I think people who are going to come after us are also going to change the recipe and kind of adapt it to their taste, their flavors, what they like, what they don't like. And that is the beauty of cooking. So yeah, you know, I think it's amazing that we can and we should mix and match and create new flavors and new kind of tastes for the food that we like. Nothing wrong in that. Right, here is the lovely oil. I have got it back on the hob. It's got the leftover from the marinade, because I cooked the chicken in this. I've not added any more kind of oil in it. It's just whatever is left from the cooking the chicken. A teaspoon of cumin seeds go in, and once they start to sizzle, I'm going to add the one chopped onion to this. Give it a good 6 to 8 minutes until it turns like lightly golden. Not lightly, nicely golden. The next thing goes in is 1 tablespoon of our ginger garlic chopped up. Just give it another minute. Look at how beautiful the onions have become. And my favorite thing to add is, if you want to make it more spicy, add more chili at this point. Are some kind of chunks of onion. You can skip this, but trust me, it just adds that gorgeous crunch to the curry. I would highly recommend you don't skip it. So just make sure that you open up all the layers. Once we've reached this step, I'm going to just give it 2 minutes. Add in a tablespoon of tomato puree. You can use a whole tomato chopped up. That's absolutely fine. And just a splash of water. I haven't even added any spices, but this smells incredible. Right, now I'm going to add the spices. Tablespoon of garam masala. Tablespoon of turmeric. tablespoon of chili powder, spoon of chili powder, teaspoon of turmeric, and teaspoon of salt. Oh, sorry, garam masala, and a tablespoon of kasuri methi. This really is going to be a feast, a treat. Anyways, this is our blitzed up onion, tomato, cashew nut paste. Make sure you don't waste any, just get everything out. Cover it up and give this a good 15 minutes on low to medium heat. If it feels very dry, then feel free to add 50 to 100 ml of water. This is not like a runny curry, so you don't want too much. It's been exactly 20 minutes this has been cooking. Time has just gone off. Yeah. The whole house smells amazing. Look at that. Now goes in our cooked chicken, which I make sure that you cover it up so it doesn't dry out, because this is still not cooked. Remember, we've only cooked it for 10 minutes. Add it with all the water, all the liquid. Time to give it a good mix. And we need to cook this a bit more so that the chicken is done. So I'll give it, cover it up and give it last 10 minutes. 15 minutes are up. This smells amazing. The whole house smells amazing. I'm going to make some quick, very quick naan. You can find that recipe on the channel, and that is going to go so well with this. Come have a look at closer look. And I'm going to finish it with a couple of things. So we need like just like a teaspoon, this is really is a teaspoon, not more, of honey, just to balance the flavor, and also a drizzle, not too much, a couple of tablespoons or 3 tablespoons of double cream. So because we've cooked this chicken in a marinade only for a few minutes, but then we cooked it in the curry, this is going to be so moist and not dry out at all. So just remember that when you take it off the pan, leave it covered while you prepare the curry. But this is absolutely stunning. I'm going to now plate this up. And now to finish this, optional, but you could use some, oh, my fridge, freshly chopped coriander and just a couple of chilies if anybody wants it even hotter. Can't wait to tuck in. I'm like, oh, cannot wait to tuck in. Just look at that. Look at that. Just look at that. Stunning. What have I made? Chicken tikka masala. Oh. My mouth is watering. It is very hot. But I really hope that you've enjoyed this masterclass, and I hope that all this information is going to help you get that perfect chicken tikka masala, and then you would never have to order in again. You can always make it. I've eaten it many times, but every single time I'm like, wow. There's so much happening. Surprisingly, it's not crazy spicy. It's spicy, but it's not crazy spicy. So I'm going to eat those green chilies with my food. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you want to watch any specific masterclass, don't forget to leave that in the comment, and I'll see you back very soon with another new recipe. Chicken tikka masala. Chicken tikka masala.